record shop window and caught me right in the chest. It was a song we used to dance to before the world got so complicated, before the bills and the heartache started taking up all the space in our heads. I stood there frozen on the sidewalk as the years started falling away like leaves in an October wind. Those soul memories, baby, they're more than just pictures in a dusty book. They're the living, breathing heartbeat of who we used to be. I could almost feel your hand in mine, almost hear the way you'd hum along when the bridge would hit. It's funny how a few chords can bring back the scent of your perfume and the exact shade of the summer sky. I realized then that the music never really stops. It just waits in the corners of the city, waiting for a man to be lonely enough or honest enough to finally hear it again. I'm a curator of the could-have-beens tonight, listening to the echo of a song that told the truth when I was too busy lying to myself about what I really needed. Oh, it's the soul memories calling from the dark, lighting up the embers, trying to find a spark. It's the rhythm of the past, the glue that's gonna last, telling me the future is coming home real fast. Yeah, I'm finding my way back, finding my own track in the legendary sessions that never let me crack. Can you hear it? It's calling your name. I went inside that shop and I bought every record that looked like it had a story to tell. Every piece of black wax that held the fire of a Memphis night or a Detroit morning. I'm sitting here now, the needle dropping onto the groove, and I'm realizing that the soul revival isn't about bringing back the old days. It's about bringing back the feeling of being alive. Every scratch on the vinyl is a mile I've traveled, every crackle is a tear I've shed, but the music underneath is as pure as the day it was recorded in a smoky studio with the tape rolling. I see the legends in my mind, Sam, Otis and Marvin standing there in their shops, pouring their souls into a silver microphone because they knew we need these songs 40 years down the line. They were writing letters to the future, and I'm finally opening them tonight. The house is full of ghosts, but they're friendly ghosts, dancing to the bass line and reminding me that even when the love is gone, the soul remains a steady, unyielding groove that no amount of silence can never truly erase. It's more than a memory, it's a physical thing. It's the way the horns shout and the way the choir sings. I'm reclaiming my history, one note at a time. Soul memories, soul memories. They're the only thing that don't change when everything else does. Keep does. I'm listening. I'm finally listening. Yeah, that's the sound. city has a rhythm all its own, a syncopation of footsteps, and the low frequency hum of a million hearts all trying to find their beat. I'm stepping out tonight, my coat collar turned up against the chill, feeling like a man who's finally found his place in the legendary collision of the blues and the soul. I see the legends on the billboards, I see their names in the neon, but I feel their spirit in the way the people move on the corner of 4th and Main. It's a soul revival on every sidewalk, a brand new groove for an old school world that's forgotten how to swing. I'm watching a young man with a horn case and an old man with a cane, both of them nodding their heads to the same internal melody. That's where the legends collide, baby, in the space between the generations, in the shared understanding that a good bass line is the only thing that can bridge the gap between where we are and where we want to be. I'm feeling the energy of the pavement coming up through my shoes, a steady driving force that says don't look back, just keep moving with the music. Oh, it's a sidewalk rhythm, a legendary sound where the blues of the country meets the soul of the town. We're colliding in the groove, we're moving in the light, we're gonna make the city dance through the middle of the night. Yeah, it's a soul revival, a brand new day, and the music is the only thing that's gonna lead the way. Hear that pavement, hear that horn. I ended up at a little basement club where the air was thick with the scent of gin, and the heat of 100 bodies all moving as one. The band was playing like they had a debt to pay to the ancestors, the drummer hitting that backbeat like he was trying to wake up the dead. I saw the ghost of B.B. in the way the guitarist bent those strings, saw the fire of the reaper in the way the singer reached for those high notes and held them until the room started to shake. It's a beautiful collision, a melting pot of pain and joy that turns into something that can only be called the truth. We're all just curators of this legacy, passing the torch from one hand to another, making sure the fire doesn't go out in the cold wind of the modern world. I'm dancing with a stranger, and I don't even know her name, but our souls are speaking the same language, a dialect, a rhythm and grit that doesn't need a translator. The legends are here tonight, watching from the shadows, smiling because they know the music is in good hands. Where the revival, where the memories, and where the groove that's gonna keep this world spinning for another 100 years. Can you feel the collision? Can you hear the sound of a legendary spirit that's finally been found? It's in the drums, it's in the bass, it's in every single smile, on every single face. Hey, keep it moving, don't stop now. Hit those horns one more time, let them know we're here. Yeah, that's the sidewalk rhythm. Woo! There's a certain kind of quiet that only happens in the velvet hours of the night. the city has finally stopped its shouting, and the moon is the only spotlight left on the stage. I'm sitting here in the glow of a single lamp, listening to the old soul groove of a world that knew how to take its time. We're so busy rushing to the next thing that we forget the beauty of the now, the simple grace of a slow burning melody in a glass of something warm. I'm thinking about you in the way you used to look in the candlelight, a masterpiece of shadow and light that I didn't appreciate nearly enough when I had the chance. The music tonight is a velvet blanket, a soft, soulful embrace that's trying to heal the places where the daylight was too sharp. I'm letting the road's piano take me back to the nights when we didn't need a plan, when the only thing on the agenda was the nearness of each other and the steady pulse of a Marvin Gaye record on the turntable. It's an old soul feeling, a vintage kind of love that doesn't need the bright lights to be seen, just a heart that's finally quiet enough to feel the vibration. Oh, it's a velvet night and an old soul groove, taking it easy, making a move. No need to hurry, no need to race, we're just finding our rhythm in this quiet space. Yeah, it's a soul revival of the gentle kind, and I'm leaving all the worries of the world behind. Take it slow, baby. Take it slow, baby. Smoothing out the jagged edges of my mind, a rhythmic massage for a soul that's been carrying too much for too long. They don't make them like this anymore. Songs that breathe, songs that have enough space for a man to find himself between the verses. It's the old soul way, a commitment to the feeling rather than the fashion, a realization that the greatest truths are often whispered rather than shouted. I'm closing my eyes and I'm letting the saxophone tell the story of every I love you I ever meant and every I'm sorry I ever felt. We're in the heart of the groove now, a place where time doesn't exist, and the only thing that's real is the warmth of the analog sound and the weight of the memories. I'm finding my peace in the mid-tempo heartbeat of a Memphis rhythm section, a steady, unhurried foundation that says it's okay to just be. Tonight, the soul memories are a sanctuary, a velvet lined room where I can finally let down my guard and be the man I was before the world tried to tell me I had to be something else. Let the piano wander, let the bass line roam. Every single note is taking me home to a place of peace, to a place of grace, to the beautiful memory of your face. Just the velvet, just the groove. It's so good to be back here. Yeah, that's the soul, that's the revival. until the floorboards start to shake and the neighbors start to complain. I'm talking about that 60s soul classic, the kind of music that could stop a war and start a revolution just by hitting the right chord at the right time. It's the sound of young America finding its voice, a chorus of hallelujahs, and I want use that still sounds as fresh as a spring morning in Georgia. I'm feeling the bounce and the bass line, that classic James Jamerson walk that says don't just stand there, get your feet moving and your soul grooving. We're curators of the classics tonight, keeping the flame alive for a generation that needs to know what real passion sounds like when it's captured on 2-inch tape. I see the ghosts of the Motown studio, the Funk Brothers in the basement, creating a wall of sound that was strong enough to hold up the dreams of a nation. It's a soul revival of the highest order, a celebration of the era when the music was the message and the message was love, sweet love. Oh, it's a 60s classic, a golden soul sound. We're lifting our voices and we're shaking the ground, from the horns to the piano,
from the bass to the drum.
we're showing the world
where the real soul comes from.
yeah, it's a soul revival, a legendary night,
And we're gonna keep on grooving
until the morning light. Come on now, clap your hands. Woo. Hey, I remember my father playing these records on Sunday mornings, the house filling up with the sound of Otis, Ray, and the Temptations, until even the sunlight seemed to be dancing on the rug. He tell me, son, this isn't just music, it's a blueprint for how to be a human being. I finally get it now. These songs are the foundation of everything we know about emotion, about longing, and about the sheer, unadulterated joy of being alive. We're diving into the old soul groove and coming up with diamonds, 60s classics that have survived the test of time, because they were built on the rock solid truth of the human heart. I'm feeling the hand claps, I'm feeling the harmonies, and I'm feeling the connection to every soul that's ever been moved by a bridge that takes you higher than you thought you could go. This is the soul memory session at its finest, a legendary collision of talent and timing that gave us the soundtrack to our lives. So let the brass section roar, let the piano roll, and let the 60s classics take full control of your soul. It's the Motown magic, it's the Stax fire, the music that takes you higher and higher. You don't need a ticket, you don't need a pass, just a heart that's ready for a first class class. The golden era,
Here them
the
go.
golden era, it never sounded so good. Oh, it never sounded so good. Ooh, it's the only way to go. I look out my window and I see a symphony written in the asphalt, a story of struggle and hope told by the people walking the line between the sun and the shadow. It's the street soul, baby, the kind of music that doesn't need a tuxedo or a grand hall to be important. It just needs a heart that's open to the rhythm of the neighborhood. I see the brothers on the corner talking about the future, and I see the sisters carrying carrying the weight of the world with a grace that could make the angels weep. We're all part of this legendary collision, the soul revival that happens every time a man decides to stand up for his dignity. I'm feeling the groove of the pavement, a steady keep on pushing kind of vibe that says the road might be long, but the music is gonna carry us through. I remember when the air was full of the sound of change, when the horns were shouting for justice, and the bass was a foundation for a new way of living. Those soul memories are the blueprint for the world. We're still trying to build a world where the groove is the law, and the only currency that matters is the truth you carry in your eyes. Oh, it's a street symphony, a message in the sound. We're lifting our voices and we're covering the ground, from the guitar to the strings, from the bass to the soul. We're finding the rhythm that's gonna make us whole. Yes, a soul revival, a legendary light, and we're gonna keep on pushing through the middle of the night. Keep on pushing, baby. Don't you ever stop. Keep on pushing, baby. I'm sitting here with my guitar, trying to find the chords that match the heartbeat of the city. It's a delicate balance, a mix of the grit and the glory, the pain of the past and the promise of the morning. I see the ghosts of the legends, Curtis and Isaac, standing there with their visions of a brighter day, telling us that the music is a weapon and a shield at the same time. We're the curators of this old soul groove, keeping the fire burning for the ones who are still lost in the dark. I'm watching the children play under the fire hydrant, their laughter a melody that's as old as the blues and as fresh as a new record. This is the soul memory session in its purest form, a recognition that the spirit of the people is the only thing that can truly revive a nation. So let the wah-wah guitar talk, let the strings soar, and let the message of the street be heard, from the basement to the penthouse floor. We're all in this together, moving to a syncopated beat that says, I'm here, I'm real, and I'm not going anywhere until the song is done. It's the rhythm of the people, it's the soul of the place, it's the soul of the place, the beauty you find in every single face. Don't look away, don't close your eyes, just listen to the music that's finally starting to rise. The street symphony, keep that ba-ba going, let it breathe. It's the truth, baby, pure and simple.
They call it the Chocolate City, a place where the nights are long and the soul is deeper than a well in the middle of a hot July. I'm sitting here in the studio, the tape rolling at a slow 15 inches per second, feeling the weight of the midnight sessions on my shoulders.
I'm not just a singer tonight, I'm a storyteller, a man who's seen the bottom of the bottle and the top of the mountain, and realized they're both just different views of the same lonely road.
talking about that old soul groove, that Isaac Hayes, kinda heavy that makes the walls sweat and the heart skip a beat. Every note is an ocean, every word is a stone, and I'm dropping them into the silence to see how far the ripples go. I see the legends in the shadows, the men who knew that a song could be a symphony. If you just had enough heart to hold the orchestration together, we're diving into the deep end of the soul tonight, exploring the places where the blues turns into a prayer and the rhythm turns into a way of life that no one can take away from you. Oh, it's the deep groove, the legendary sound, where the soul is a mountain and the truth is the ground. We're moving in the shadows, we're breathing in the heat, we're finding our salvation in the rhythm of the street. Yeah, it's a soul revival, a cinematic night, and we're gonna keep on grooving until the morning light. I can feel the horn starting to swell, a golden wave of sound that's coming to wash away the sins of the day. It's a grand design, a legendary collision of the grit and the grace that only happens when the hour is late and the spirit is willing to be honest. I'm looking at the man in the booth, his hands on the faders, catching the fire before it turns to ash. We're curators of the forgotten summit, keepers of the tapes that were too honest for the radio and too deep for the charts. I'm letting my voice go low, down into the basement of my soul, where the real soul memories are kept under lock and key. It's a velvet darkness, a soulful embrace that says, you're not alone in the night, brother. We're all just trying to find our way back to the beginning of the song. The groove is a steady, unyielding force, a heartbeat for the city that never sleeps and never forgets. So let the flute fly, let the piano roar, and let the deep groove take us where we've never been before. It's the soul of the city, it's the heat of the night, it's the feeling of knowing that everything's gonna be alright. Just stay in the groove, stay in the flow, and watch how far this soul is gonna go. Chocolate City, yeah, let that real stuff, the real stuff. We hear you. There's a sweetness in the air tonight, baby, a gentle kind of soul that makes the world feel like it's made of velvet and starlight. I'm moving away from the shout and leaning into the whisper, finding the soul memory
that live in the curve of a smile and the touch of a hand. They call it love and happiness, but it's more than just words. It's a rhythm that you feel in your bones when the lights go down and the heart starts to speak its own language. I'm thinking about the way we used to be before the static got into the wires and the music got lost in the noise. I'm reclaiming that old soul groove, that Memphis heat that's as smooth as honey and as steady as the river. I don't need to scream to be heard, I just need to stay in the syncopation of the spirit. I see the legends, Alan Willie, standing there in the high record studio, showing us that the greatest strength is often found in the softest note. We're in the middle of a soul revival of the heart, a legendary collision of grace and desire that's finally making sense of all the lonely nights I spent searching for a sign. Oh, it's the whisper, the gentle soul sound. We're lifting our spirits and we're covering the ground, from the organ to the guitar, from the heart to the soul. We're finding the love that's gonna make us whole. Yeah, it's a soul revival, a tender night, and we're gonna keep on loving until the morning light. Stay close, baby. Watching the way the smoke curls in the air, a rhythmic dance that matches the pulse of the bass line. Everything is connected, darling, the music, the memories, and the way I feel when I look at you under the glow of this single lamp. We're curators of the legendary midnight sessions, keepers of the flame that only burns for the ones who know how to take their time. I'm letting the organ swell, a warm soulful breath that fills the room with the scent of a Memphis Sunday morning. It's a vintage kind of love, a 60s classic that never goes out of style, because it's built on the truth of the human connection. I'm hearing the guitar lick, sweet and sharp like a summer peach, reminding me that the best things in life don't need a lot of decoration. We're finding our groove in the quiet moments, in the space between the verses, where the soul truly lives and breathes. So let the music be soft, let the heart be wide, and let the love and happiness be our only guide. Sweetness of the soul, it's the warmth of the night, it's the
train coming through the middle of the night. We're talking about that Otis Redding kind of energy, that raw, unadulterated passion that takes a song and turns it into a physical force of nature. I'm stepping out onto the stage of my own life, and I'm bringing every soul memory and every old soul groove I've ever known with me. This is the legendary revival we've been waiting for, the moment when the blues and the soul collide in a burst of light that can be seen for 1,000 miles. I'm feeling the grit in my voice, a legacy of the hard roads and the long nights, but I'm using it to build a skyscraper of sound that nobody can tear down. I see the legends watching from the wings, the ones who gave everything they had to the music, and I'm not gonna let them down. I'm singing for the ones who are still struggling, for the ones who need a reason to believe that the morning is actually gonna come. It's the fire, the legendary sound. We're shaking the heavens and we're breaking the ground. From the horns to the drums, from the heart to the soul, we're finding the power that's gonna make us whole. Yeah, it's a soul revival, a triumphant night, and we're gonna keep on burning until the morning light. Feel the fire. I'm reaching for that high note, the one that lives at the top of the mountain, and I'm not coming down until I've shared it with everyone in the room. This is the 60s soul classic reinvented, a brand new fire for an old school world that's hungry for something real. I'm feeling the bass line in my chest, a rhythmic pounding that says you're alive, you're here, and you got a message to deliver. We're the curators of the forgotten summit, but tonight nothing is forgotten. It's all right here, alive and screaming in the heat of the groove. I'm watching the horns take flight, a golden choir of brass that's telling the world that the soul is never gonna die. It's a legacy of strength, a dialect of joy that we're passing down to the next generation, making sure they know where the real power comes from. So let the piano roll, let the drums crack, and let the Otis fire take us all the way to the top of the track. We're in the middle of the revival, and the flame is hotter than it's ever been. It's the power of the soul, it's the fire of the night, it's the feeling of knowing that we're winning the fight. Just stay in the passion, stay in the fire. The soulful legacy, hit 'em again, hard. That's what I'm talking about. Gotta feel it, yeah. Gotta feel it, yeah. Gotta feel it, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Gotta feel it, yeah.
There's a specific kind of magic that lives in the crackle of a worn-out record, a secret language spoken in the pops and hisses of a piece of black wax that's seen more nights than a city taxi. I'm sitting here in the dim light, watching the label spin like a merry-go-round for my memories, feeling the weight of the old soul groove settle into my bones. You can have your digital perfection, but I'll take the grit and the dust any day of the week, because that's where the truth is hiding. Every scratch is a story, every skip is a heartbeat that skipped a beat when the love was too much or the pain was too deep. I'm listening to the way the bass sits right in the middle of the room, a warm physical presence that says I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. I see the ghosts of the engineers, their sleeves rolled up, chasing that perfect take in a studio that smelled like stale coffee and pure inspiration. These soul memories are etched into the grooves, a permanent record of a time when we weren't afraid to let the music bleed into the red. I'm reclaiming the analog heat, the tube-driven fire that makes the vocals feel like they're whispered right into your ear, from a world that doesn't exist anymore. Oh, it's the crackle of the vinyl, the old soul sound, keeping my feet steady on the shaky ground. It's the rhythm of the needle, the song of the wax, telling me there's no reason to ever look back. Yeah, it's a soul revival, a legendary spin, and I'm letting the music finally let me back in. Can you hear that pop? That's the soul, baby. I remember the first time I held this record in my hands, the way the cover felt like a gateway to a different dimension. I didn't just listen to the music, I lived in it, built a house out of the harmonies and a fortress out of the horns. Now, decades later, the message hasn't changed, even if the man listening to it has. We're all just curators of these legendary midnight sessions, keepers of the flame that was lit by men like Isaac, Curtis, and Ray. I'm feeling the groove of the 70s, that sophisticated, cinematic, heavy, that makes you feel like the star of your own movie, walking down a street that's paved with rhythm and gold. The crackle is the seasoning on the soul, the reminder that nothing beautiful stays perfect forever, and that's exactly why it matters. I'm closing my eyes and letting the music take me where it wants to go, through the velvet nights and the golden eras, until I'm finally home. The vinyl is spinning, the heart is winning, and the soul memories are just beginning to tell the truth about where I've been and where I'm going next. It's the warmth of the tube, it's the dust on the sleeve, it's the only thing left that I truly believe. No static, no noise, just the soul in the voice. The crackle of the vinyl, keep it spinning. That's the real sound of history, yeah. Oh, soul, baby.
The hour is late, the gin is low, and the blues are knocking at the back door with a persistence that can't be ignored. I'm standing at the crossroads where the legends collide, feeling the spirit of Ray and B.B, fighting for space in the center of my chest. It's a midnight session of the soul, a place where the piano is a witness and the guitar is a judge, and I'm the one on trial. For every mistake I made since the sun went down, I'm hearing the notes bend like a heart under pressure, reaching for a resolution that doesn't seem to wanna come. This is the legendary blues, the foundation of every soul memory I've ever held dear, the raw, unvarnished grit that makes the glory possible. wash away the sins of a long, dark week. We're in the heart of the soul revival, but you can't have a revival without a burial first. And tonight I'm burying the man. I was so the man. I'm becoming, can finally find his voice. The shadows are long, the music is strong, and I'm finally realizing that the blues isn't about being sad. It's about having the courage to look the truth in the eye and sing its name until the morning comes. Oh, it's the midnight blues, the legendary sound, where the soul is a mountain and the truth is the ground. We're colliding in the shadows, we're moving in the rain, trying to find a way to wash away the stain. Yeah, it's a soul revival, a legendary night, and we're gonna keep on grooving until the morning light. Tell them how it feels. Of the tube amp, a physical warmth that's pushing back against the cold of the empty room. It's a legendary collision of talent and timing, a moment where the old soul groove meets the 60s soul classic and creates something that's never been heard before. I'm watching the faders move on the board, catching the fire of a guitar solo that's trying to reach the heavens, and a piano riff that's rooted in the Memphis mud. We're the curators of the forgotten summer, keepers of the tapes that captured the exact second when the blues turned into soul and the soul turned into a revolution. I'm letting my voice go gritty down into the dirt where the real stories are kept, singing for the ones who are still lost in the midnight of their own making. The music is a bridge, a steady, unyielding path that takes us from the pain to the peace, one note at a time. So let the guitar wail, let the piano roar, and let the midnight blues open up every single door. We're in the middle of a session, and the truth is finally starting to set us free. It's the sting of the string, it's the roll of the key, it's the only thing left that can truly set me free. Don't look away, don't close your eyes, just listen to the music. It's finally starting to rise. Midnight blues. Yeah. This is the crossroads. This is the truth. The horizon, and the music is rising to meet it with the power that's gonna wake up every soul in this city. This is the soul revival we've been building toward all night. soul memories and the old soul groove turn into a triumphant shout of joy. I'm stepping out of the shadows and into the light, feeling like a man who's finally found his rhythm after a lifetime of walking out of time. We're talking about that legendary energy, that stack style fire that takes a broken heart and turns it into a brass section that can be heard from here to the moon. I'm feeling the bounce in the bass line, the rolling thunder of the piano, and the absolute certainty that the music has won the battle against the dark. We're the curators of the golden era, but tonight the era isn't in the past. It's right here, alive and kicking in the pulse of every person who's ready to be free. I'm singing with everything I've got, reaching for the high notes and holding them till the walls start to vibrate with the sheer force of the redemption. Oh, it's a soul revival, a brand new day. The music is the only thing that's gonna lead the way. We're lifting our voices and we're shaking the ground from the heart of the city to the country town. Yeah, it's a legendary session, a triumphant night, and we're gonna keep on grooving in the morning light. Yeah. Can you feel it? The revival is here. Woo! Hey! I remember when I thought the song was over, when I thought the 60s soul classic was just a relic of a world that didn't exist anymore. But I was wrong, baby. The soul doesn't have an expiration date, and the groove doesn't know how to die. We're bringing it all back home tonight, a legendary collision of the grit and the grace that's finally making sense of all the long roads we had to travel. I'm watching the horns take flight, a golden choir of brass that's telling the world that the soul memories are our greatest strength. We're reclaiming the forgotten summit, turning the tapes into a testimony of survival and a celebration of the spirit. I'm feeling the hand claps, I'm feeling the harmonies, and I'm feeling the connection to every soul that's ever been moved by a rhythm that refused to be silenced. This is the soulful legacy in full bloom, a triumphant return to the heart of what matters most. So let the piano roll, let the drums crack, and let the soul revival keep us all on the track. We're in the light now, and the song is only just beginning. It's the power of the people, it's the heat of the sun, it's the feeling of knowing that the battle is won. Just stay in the passion, stay in the light. The soul revival. Hit 'em again, hit 'em again. Yeah, yeah. That's the sound of victory. Yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Oh. This is the final note of the session, the last soul memory we're gonna capture before we turn off the lights and leave the studio to the ghosts of the legends. It's been a long night, a legendary journey through the old soul groove in the midnight blues. But I'm walking out of here a different man than the one who walked in. I'm carrying the legacy of Curtis, Ray and B.B in my pocket, a collection of truths that I'm gonna share with everyone I meet on the road ahead. We've experienced explored the velvet nights and the street symphonies, and we realized that the music is the only thing that stays true when everything else starts to fade. I'm closing the book on this forgotten summit, but the message is wide open. It's a message of hope, a message of grit, and a message that the soul is a resilient thing that only gets stronger with every hit it takes. I'm feeling the warmth of the analog sound one last time, a comforting embrace that says the session is done, but the story is just beginning. The silence that's coming isn't empty, it's full of the echoes of the songs we sang and the truths we found in the middle of the night. Oh, it's the final encore, the end of the track, but we're never, ever, ever gonna look back. We're carrying the soul and we're carrying the light from the legendary session to the morning bride. Yeah, it's a soul revival, a legacy of grace. And I'm finally finding my own quiet place.
One last time for the legend.
Hey, oh, one last time for the legends. Yeah, yeah. I wanna thank you for staying with me, for being part of this soul revival, and for believing in the power of the groove. We're the curators of a 60s soul classic world, keeping the heart of the music beating in a modern time that needs it more than it knows. I'm looking at the tape reel slowing down, the black wax finishing its final spin, and I'm realizing that soul memories are the only currency that really matters. We collided with the legends and we've come out stronger, wiser, and more alive than we were when the first drum was hit. I'm stepping out of the booth and into the morning air, feeling the rhythm of the city starting to rise up to meet me. The music is a gift, a legendary collision of the divine and the human that we're passing down to the ones who are coming up next. So let the horns play one last beautiful line, let the organ swell into the heavens, and let the soul be your guide in every single thing you do. The session is over, but the revival is eternal. It's the end of the song, it's the start of the life, it's the peace that follows the struggle and strive. Just stay in the soul, stay in the groove. End of the session, end of the session, end of the session. I'm going home, but the music is staying right here.